Hey, it's your girl Bunny Stewart, and we are here with SacTown Movie Buffs Television at Futures Explored for SacFilmChallenge 2024, put on by Bex Francis and Samantha Henderson. So let's go check out all these movies. Let's go check out all of these filmmakers, and let's get into it.
I'd like to start with our introduction of our keynote speaker. So I met this person, actually, he was on one of my panels at Comic-Con, right? I think that's when we first met. He is born and raised in Sacramento, so happy that he could be here and bless us at this moment. You might have known him from his television career, where he was a Power Ranger Troy, the Red Ranger, in Mega Force and Super Mega Force. So he also is the founder of Superhero U, a platform dedicated to personal development, empowering individuals to unlock their potential. We're so excited to have Andrew Gray as our keynote speaker today. Andrew.
How's everybody doing? Yeah. Spectacular. You guys look phenomenal. Go ahead and sit down. You get more intimate. Have a casual conversation. My name is Andrew Gray, as I've actually said. If we did meet at her panel, she's an amazing person to ask questions, so we're going to have a panel. Just get excited for that. I'm born and raised here in Sacramento. I just moved back here last December, and it's been such a wonderful privilege to get back to my roots. I felt like I was living the high life for quite a while in Los Angeles, and now I'm back to my heritage. The full circles happen in my career, and now instead of just acting, well, actually, I'm doing more producing now, doing more writing. And this is my producing partner right here. She's going to be up here in a second. So my story started here. And just like my story, I'm sure with all of you guys, you want to achieve something great. You want to be a part of some community. You want to make a positive impact. And hopefully you want to serve something higher. So starting off here, I went down to Los Angeles and I got into acting, and it's been such the greatest opportunity of my life. It's allowed me to travel the world, to get lost and find myself. And through a decade of working in modeling, doing print for everything from Disney to Abercrombie to Gucci and Versace, to then doing hundreds of commercials and working with amazing teams, and then being able to book a role that has been the greatest gift so far, which was Power Rangers. On top of other roles, the reason why I say that is because it had a built-in audience. It had global fandom, and it allowed me to be the person who I looked up to, a hero. And then I had to understand, well, what is a hero? Well, a hero goes and saves people. Well, this has billions of fans around the world. Power Rangers is in 193 countries, and after traveling the world many times, just going from convention to convention and meeting people, not making a transaction, but having an emotional connection, I realized there's so many people that see me as their hero, but they don't see themselves as their hero. They're lost. They're seeking somebody to save them. They're not operating with confidence. And as filmmakers or as human beings, we need to find our confidence. We need to find our community. And that's when I said, you know what, we need something here. I want to create something, and I created the Superhero U, which is about being the hero in your life and not the villain. Or the sidekick, right, which is sabotaging all the time. And I was like, we need to have a good foundation for this. And so I was like, why not base this on the hero's journey? You guys know what the hero's journey is? Yeah? As writers, a lot of writers know what the hero's journey is. It's a beautiful thing. It operates in 3 stages and 12 phases. And it starts with your ordinary world. My ordinary world was here. But I didn't grow up in a family where there was that many leaders. There was a lot of trauma. There was a lot of drug and alcohol abuse, unfortunately. And it made me want to get into something where I had power and status. I wanted an escape. So that's when I said, you know what, I want to get into acting. I want to go out there and be young, and I want to be rich, famous, and go after gold statues, things that I thought that mattered to me, right? Those are things I looked up to. And that was my ordinary world, and I was in a lot of pain. So If anybody has any anxiety or depression right now, that's normal, and it leads on to the next phase of the hero's journey. Because anxiety is nature's call to adventure. And we need to have that call to adventure. We need to go out there and explore. So for all you upcoming filmmakers or current filmmakers, I just want to say keep going. You're on the right track. And even if you don't have the right plan, you're on the right path. Trust me, you're going to meet more people who want to create amazing things with amazing people and make a positive in this world. So the Superhero You is where we have a whole bunch of short-form content online. You can get it on different kinds of funnels, from Instagram to TikTok to YouTube and Patreon. We also have long-form content there that's going to help you lead your life with empathy. Be kind to yourself. Ask yourself questions like, where am I coming from? What's the vision? What's the mission? What's the position, the role? And who have I decided to be in the process of this career, right?
So again, I'm Samantha Kate Henderson, producer, podcaster, co-director of Sacramento Film Challenge, and our person in the trench with me is Tex. Thank you for being there. This is the 5th annual Sac Film Challenge. We are the festival that geek and nerd out today. In this moment with filmmakers, friends, family members, and supporters of indie film. We love you, we need you. I love this storytelling, and I want to be invested in characters. I want to anticipate the plot, and I want to learn something or become more aware, or get shook along the way, right? That's why we're doing this. And what I love about being a filmmaker is the ability to collaborate and make good stories in a medium that allows for me to combine my love of technology. Our panelists have a rich breadth of experience that will inspire me. So I'm going to introduce them now. We have Cricket Slow. And an instructor. She's best known for her work on a number of Marvel films, including Spider-Man, No Way Home, Avengers, Infinity War, and Avengers Endgame, Captain America Civil War, and many more. I could keep going, but we'll be here all night. And then we have Jay Colvin. Jay is a producer, author, an award-winning independent director and producer, living in Los Angeles, California. His most recent work is the feature romantic drama Before the Dawn and the American Society of Cinematographers Motion Imaging Technology Council's film The Mission, a production backed by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, Amazon Studios, Disney, Sony, and Warner Brothers. And more as a producer and director, Colvin has helmed independent feature films, television series, documentaries, short films, and commercials. We'll also give him a chance to talk about it later too. I know there's a couple of people out there that might want to see this. And you have Miriam Petrie. Miriam is a producer in UPM, best known for her work on the feature film My Grown Up Christmas, 2024, starring Mario Lopez and Courtney Lopez, and American Underdog, starring Eddie Trejo and Brian Bacall. Okay. Questions. Start with Cricket. Cricket, can you describe your role in the camera and electrical department, and briefly tell you how you landed in that role?
So I started out in theater. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Technical Theater and Acting, and I have a MFA in Lighting Design. So I spent many years doing road shows I ended up in LA. I was on Family Alpha for a year and a half, and I decided I wanted to try my hand at film and television. So that's how I ended up in film and television. I became a coffee programmer for many years, and then later became department head, supposed to be rigging gaffer, best boy. So in charge of men and equipment, just give me a trick in your head. So yes, that's how I ended up in the film industry. I spent 35 years in the film industry. I'm on my 36th year and first one retired. Woo-hoo!
Okay. Hey, Brian. Thank you, Cricket. Jay, you're next. That's right. Multi-hyphenate, independent director, producer, cinematographer. What has your path looked like over the years in your filmmaking career?
How much time do we have? The short version of that is I decided I wanted to direct movies when I was 5 years old. And I spent my entire life going into that particular role. Started making films when I was 7. And about the time I was 10, realized, very much like we were talking about a little bit earlier, to be a director, I need to understand what everybody else was doing. So I moved away from directing. I became a professional actor, a writer, then behind the scenes. I did a lot of theater, like Cricket did, and then moved to Hollywood and started as an electrician, and as a gaffer, and then as a cinematographer. And I found a second passion in cinematography and stayed there longer than anything else. And then eventually hung up my light meter and moved into directing and producing. But I call myself a recovering cinematographer because I can't come here. And I stay very active in that role. And I, just a couple of years behind you, I've had about 30 years professionally.
Thank you. That is a wonderful story. Inspiring. All right, Miriam, how do you describe your role as a producer? How did you enter this role?
So, that is a good question because I don't know if I even thought about how I ended up here. I woke up one morning and I was like, oh, I'm here. Okay, this is happening. Oh, everyone's asking me questions. Why? But no, so originally, when I decided I wanted to go into media, I wanted to go into news producing. I felt like I wanted to be a part of that, message and controlling that message. And as I was in film school, I kind of realized what is more significant isn't, even though it's arguable nowadays what the news is, how influential they are, but I still think classic cinema and TV is much more influential than what the news is, just because people can resonate with stories. And I think also how film is storytelling. So I wanted to, I then pivoted into film and TV, but don't let these skills fool you. She's only 5 feet tall, so she does have a little bit of a Napoleon complex. So I needed to be the boss. I knew I wanted to be the boss of everybody, but I didn't want to be in front of the camera. So I was like, what's the next goal? Oh, that's the producer. So I knew I wanted to do that, but like I was telling Jake earlier, I didn't want to be a producer who didn't know everybody's job. So when I first started 10 years ago, I PA'd in probably every single department except for camera, but that's because like, I'm the person who we put on camera. And we'll be like, oh, camera over. So camera, sound, I didn't get to experience those. But I worked in every other department in construction, and some of the big shows, Lovecraft Country, Chicago, and I just wanted to know everybody's job because I felt like as a producer, if I knew everyone's job, I could anticipate meet everyone's needs. And it makes my job that much easier, rather than not knowing how much labor costumes is. I know it because I've worked in it. So when I read a script, I know exactly what that department's work will look like. And I think that that's really what got me into the position.
So it sounds like they all kind of landed in their positions, kind of sorted, but it wasn't like a soft landing. You got to put in the hard work, so everybody that should take away.
Tonight, we are at the film festival called SacFilmChallenge, the brainchild of Bex Francis and Samantha Henderson, and we just watched some incredible movies. Now, I'm here with a young filmmaker that had a film in this challenge, and actually everybody has to go vote. Have you voted yet?
I have, yes.
Oh, okay. So what is your name? And then tell us a little bit about your film and how we can find it.
So my name is Alex Guzman. The short film I made is called An Emotional Night. It was a fairly simple concept. So it follows the story of this boy who's having an emotional breakdown, and he wants to sort of figure out how to make himself feel better. So what he does is he physically rips out his emotions into this ball and then tries to suppress it by throwing it away. And then later in the night he goes to bed thinking that everything's fine, and then it comes back to life and basically he thinks it's attacking him, but really what it does is it hugs him in the end. And it's supposed to be this film about just how the idea how to get through your emotions is to embrace them rather than try to hide from them.
That's very wise. That's a very wise thing. Now, you are actually still in high school, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
That's really impressive. Not only is your content very emotionally mature, but, you seem like you have a leg up over a lot of other people that maybe start their film careers later on. So how can we follow you? If people want to follow you, how can they see your work?
So I do have a YouTube channel. It's just Alex Guzman, my name. So it's fairly simple to find. The profile picture is just a little graphic that says I love movies.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank
I know
you.
that you're running short on time, and we look forward to seeing whatever you have in the future.
Thank you.
So I'm so excited to talk to this young filmmaker. Can you tell us your name and the name of your film that you had?
Sure. My name's Ashna Sharon, and the film that I wrote and produced is called Shame.
Shame. Now, I heard you talking about it. This is a very powerful subject, and I know it actually, it really touched me when you were talking about it. It's nice that people are talking about it more to take the shame out of it. Mm-hmm. Can you give us a little bit of idea what motivated you to write this?
Sure. I was a peer counselor in college, and it was one of those where, unfortunately, it has happened to several of my friends, and I was kind of narrowly escaped a situation. And so I think it's been something that's kind of been in my life a lot. And I think the importance of stressing that we need to talk about it, and the fact that we need to be able to believe the person when they come out and say that they've been assaulted, versus kind of just second guessing them, can really make the difference between someone deciding to kill themselves or not and getting the help. So that's the point of this. The film was to really showcase the worst case scenario when someone feels so trapped that they can't talk to anybody.
Oh my gosh, that's just heartbreaking. Well, thank you so much for tackling that difficult subject. And if people would like to see your film or see other films that you've worked on, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can find me on Instagram. My name's Ashna Sharon. My Insta is ASHKASH009. You can also follow The Shame, the short film on Instagram, because that's the actual film page, so you can keep up with upcoming screenings. We've got 2 coming up in LA next week, and more.
How exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
it was
thank you
great
so much,
talking to you, and I can't wait to see what else you have for us in the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bunny.
I'm here with one of the filmmakers, and can you tell us your name?
Alejandro J. Gutierrez.
Can you tell us a little bit about your movie that you had?
Yeah, my movie's called My Best Friend the Monster. It's a story about someone dealing with mental health, which I think is a very universal issue, but it's also a very personal issue to me. So I think it'll appeal to everyone, but also touch a lot of people specifically who struggle with mental health.
It's so important to talk about. I just think it's wonderful. How can people see your short film and the other work that you've done?
I have an Instagram page, Red Shoes Productions. That's my production page. And as of right now, just film festivals. Look out. Just kind of follow that page. I post updates more frequently than I post about my life. So I think just follow that. I'm applying to a lot of local film festivals to try to meet a lot of local filmmakers. So I think that's the best way to see it.
That's so exciting. Hey, it's your girl Bunny from SacTown Movie Buffs, and I am talking to a composer who's brand new on the scene. It's very exciting to meet you. Can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so my name is David Pshichenko. I just graduated from Sac State this past December. I graduated with a degree of music theory and composition, so my plan, going to these film festivals is to just start getting out there. I'm really interested in film. I have always loved it, and I've already collabed with a few directors in school. Aaliyah Osmer was the film here actually for ICE. That was the film that I was writing the music for. That's what I'm doing.
Well, that's fantastic. And actually, I have a film that I would like to talk to you about, too. So how do people get a hold of you if they'd like to use your services as a composer?
Yeah, so right now, I'm still fresh out of college, and I took a little gap, so I haven't really put myself out there, the portfolio and such. But if you just look up my name, David Pshichenko, and that's spelled PschichenkO, you'll find me, and feel free to get into touch.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. I'm very glad that you spelled that out, too. So thank you so much for joining us on SacTown Movie Buffs, and it was very nice to meet you.
Okay, likewise.
And we just saw a whole bunch of really great movies from young filmmakers, and I just got to meet an actor. Now, you were in one of the films that we saw today. Can you tell us your name and where you're based?
Yeah, my name is Jason Orcutt. I go to school at Sacramento State.
Oh, that's fantastic. Is your major theater? Film.
Film, actually. Yeah, I'm actually more of a director than I am an actor, but, I love anything creative. Acting's a lot of fun, too.
Oh, my goodness. I think wearing a lot of hats is really going to get you far in this industry. Most people that I know are actually like a few different things, like actor, director.
Yeah.
Do you have any films coming up in your future?
Actually at Sac State, we just started a new Hornet Filmmaking Society. It's a club. And so we're super excited to start working with the theater kids and the film kids and mixing together and making some films. So yeah, that's what we got in the future.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. We were just talking about in the panel the difference between theater and film. Mm-hmm. So it's very different, but yeah. All are welcome at your club.
Yeah, we're trying to really unite them, because film majors need actors and theater majors need projects, so yeah.
Oh my goodness. I see a lot of potential for film acting versus theater acting, and then, how very exciting.
Different. Yeah.
Very, very, very different.
Yeah, super different, but still, I feel like the skills overlap,
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, so it's so funny because in theater, you can project as if they are trying to hear you in the back of the theater or from space, and then film, it's like a blink can convey an emotion, small.
Right.
So now if people would like to join, how do they join your club?
How they join our club? I guess you can get connected through our like we have a Discord now. We're trying to set up like social media, but everything's very new. So we're trying to spread the word, by word of mouth, and get people to know about it. And we'll reach out to as many people as we can by word of mouth for now until we get more things set up. But it's coming soon, that's for sure.
That is so exciting. Now, if people want to follow you specifically, how do they reach you?
Well, I have a YouTube channel called A New Heart Productions, and then I also have an Instagram, Jason Orcutt Bro, and so that's how you can follow me.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you so much for giving us your time tonight, and it was great to see your work, and we look forward to seeing many more works from you in the future. So,
thank you so much.
Thank you. Hi, it's your girl Bunny, and we are at Futures Explored, and we are with
Hester Wagner. I am the Director of Media for Futures Explored.
Thank you so much for allowing SacFilmChallenge to film here. I've actually been to several film festivals here. It's very generous, and I love what you all are standing for. Can you tell everybody else what Futures Explored is all about?
Yeah, so we're a nonprofit that supports individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in a number of different things. But related to film, we run a film studio. So we actually have 3 studio locations here in Midtown Sacramento, Stockton, and in Concord in the Bay Area. So we have about 100 plus students, and they learn everything from acting, directing, writing, sound, lighting, camera, all the things that go into live action filmmaking. And then we're also a production company, so companies can hire us to create content, and we employ our students. We employed our students here tonight to work on the festival. So anytime that somebody comes into our space, rents our building, gives us job opportunities, we're all about that inclusion of making sure that people with disabilities are represented in front of, behind the camera, in employment in general.
I love that, and that's so important. And thank you so much for joining us. If people would like to get involved, how do they donate or become a member or become a student? Yeah. How do they reach you?
All of the above. You can go to our website, futures-explored.org, and find out the answers to all of those things. If you want to be a student here, most of our students are referred to through the Regional Center of California. That is, what you're connected to if you have a disability. But, we're here for the community, so we make short films, we cast actors, we have people come rent our space. There's lots of ways to get involved, but just reach out to me, Hester Wagner, and you'll find us. Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Hester, and being so generous and staying late and letting us interview you for our show. So thanks again.
Yeah. Have a good night.